Hi everyone, my name is Diego, and here we are in a new interview in that we are going to talk about the relation that has the brain and the bilingualism. So, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. What about you?
I'm fine. Well, how do our brains perceive languages, and what is his process?
I don't know. No, I'm lying. I guess that is because of a specific part of our brain that allows us to make the learning process possible. But in this moment, I'm not quite sure about which part is it. But yes, I guess that's it. The brain plays an important place in the learning process in a language learning process. So yes,
Okay.
it's because of our brain.
And now, how do our brains switch from one language to other?
Well, I guess that it is like something automatically. I mean, like we usually our brains are so smart that we usually know in which context can we use, for example, the English, and in which other we can use the Spanish, and we can switch it like automatically.
Okay, I like it. And what do you think that are the main benefits of being bilingual?
Well, the main benefits. One of them is that, for example, here in Colombia, it's easy to get jobs. Maybe it's not like the best jobs, but
Yes.
you can get jobs that give you the opportunity to keep money and to pay your studies or to pay the things that you need in that moment. And I think that it's very cool because you're able to communicate yourself with people from other places, not only with people from Colombia. And when you do that, you're able to learn things about new cultures. And I don't know, I think that's very cool. Hello everyone, this is our interview time. Today we are with my friend Diego,
Hi.
and the idea is to talk about the brain and the language. So I have a couple questions for you, Diego.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
How much do you think you know about our brain and the language?
I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I can say some things relevant. I think so.
Okay, Diego, that's good to know it. So, the first question that I have for you is, do you know how do our brains perceive language, and maybe what is the process?
Okay. I think it depends because there are some persons that grow up with maybe with a second language or with two languages, and it could be different. It depends of the context, and it depends of the person that that know and learn the language. And well, about the process, it's the same because there are persons that grow up with a second language and another persons that get get that language by knowledge, by learning. And so I think is that.
Okay, Diego, it's interesting to know, and I guess you're right at
Okay.
some points, but we are going to discuss about that later. Now, I have another question for you, and it's about, do you know how do our brains switch from one language to another?
Okay, yes. It could be like the relation that you have with that language, because if you are maybe exciting or for something, you will say that you are exciting, in the language that you feel more comfortable, you know. Also, it depends, like when you're talking about your feelings, your own person. It depends. There is where our brain makes that like changes, but you don't notice, you know. So yes, I will say is that.
Okay, Diego. And well, about talking about this, what do you think are the main benefits of speak or to speak another language or being bilingual?
Okay, so now here we are with Sophia, that is from sixth semester. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. Well, I will give you some questions, and you will to tell me your point. Well, what are the main benefits of being bilingual?
Well, the main benefits of being bilingual it's like well, the first one it's like that can you express your ideas in different contexts and in different countries. So that's a good point to use this second language, and also to be bilingual will allow us to develop the multitasking and well the way that we think, and also it could be intercultural part because well in each culture and in each language we have like different ways to express ideas, so also you constantly are doing like the switch, but then you can expose or you can express your ideas without doing sorry this like switch, but that's it. So those are the main things that you can communicate in different contexts because well actually the English is one of the most important language in the world, and yeah, one of the mainly language, and also that you can develop the multitasking or the ability to use like different abilities in different contexts, and one of these is used to different languages.
Okay, so I would like you to ask you the last question. Are there disadvantages to being bilingual?
Well, I think so because well first it's necessary that you feel comfortable using the second language. So this it could be an issue or it could be like a problem that it won't allow you to progress or to to a better like internal process, and you don't feel like comfortable when you are talking using the second language. It could be an issue. So first it's necessary that we expose first to this second language a lot to be able to communicate in a proper way and in a comfortable way. So and the other it could be like this multitasking, well it depends. Sometimes it could be like difficult because it's necessary that you use like different ways to do things. So the thing is that sometimes it happens that you cannot use like a main way. You have to use like different ways to do things. So and sometimes it's difficult because you cannot like be aware or you cannot like agree with your own ideas. So it could be difficult for this part, but that's it.
Okay, Sophia, thank you for giving me your point of view.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now is Sophia's turn. So right now I'm going to make her the questions that I just made for my partner Diego, to see how different can be the answer. So the first question, I'm only gonna make two questions. And the first one is, how do our brains perceive language and what is the process?
Okay, first, it's necessary that we understand that here in Colombia, we are exposed mainly in Bogota to the second language that is English. So, taking into account this, maybe in the school or in our daily life, we also know some like vocabulary, but it is not like a specific. So, but that we use every day, such as maybe outfit or maybe just the word that we say that it's okay, this specific part, okay, or like nice. So, well, the thing is that we are involved in this second language, but here it's just like vocabulary that we can use on our daily life. But however, in our schools, so now the English is so important. So, well, the thing is that now we are like too exposed to this second language, and the process that we can obtain this is from our society and also from media, because well, on maybe like Facebook or WhatsApp, we are also use the second language to communicate some ideas.
I see. I'm very agree with what you said. Um, Thank you so much, Sophia. Mm, it's good to tell you that Sophia is from sixth semester, so she may know more than us. And I have another question for her, and is how do you think our brains switch from one language to another?
Well, the thing is that it's necessary taking it into account, sorry, how or yeah, how are we exposed to the second language? Because well, if we are talking about of an old man or of an old woman, the exposed for the second language was like some specific words like family members, maybe some colors, but that's it. So if we are talking about young people, we already know like more vocabulary related with the maybe maybe the things that we can see on media. So, but the switch is like we are using like this word, or sometimes it happens that in Spanish we don't know the word, we can use this in English, or it could be, well, from the other way. We know how to say this in Spanish, but not in English. So it depends. And well, each person develop this multitasking or this like different way to use the second language, but we can use like kind of bilingual way to express our ideas in our daily life.
Okay, Sophia, thank you so much for showing me your point of view. I really appreciate it. I will see you in a next time.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.
So right now here we are with Natalia, who is another student from the sixth semester. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for asking. So I'm going to make you just two questions about the topic that we were just talking about. The first one is, how do our brains switch from one language to another?
So first, I think we, with the time we spend like studying every like kind of ways you can learn English. In my case, I think I was like studying English, doing like some letters for music, and then like watching of my favorite series, and then listen some of my favorite bands. And I think that's the first like a step for my brain to like switch to another language, because after that my brain just like start thinking of English. So I think that's everything that you need to start with.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your personal experience. And I just have another question for you, because I know that you're so busy. You have to go. So the next question is, what are the main benefits or advantage of being bilingual?
Well, so for me, this is so important because the first like language around the world is English. So that's why you can like have different open windows and doors in different countries around the world. So it's so important. Even if you like wanna have a computer, a new phone, or whatever, English will be the main like language in every kind of new machines or whatever you will have. So I think it's really important if you're bilingual, because you can even find a job in Colombia or different countries where they can like really appreciate you for your like knowledge about English. And when you don't have like different like knowledge or different language, you can just start with English, and that will be the window for everything. So I think it's so important when you know at least two language.
Um, I'm very. I really think the same as you. That's true. But I mean, in terms of health, do you think that maybe being bilingual has benefits for our memory, for our brain, or for mental health?
Well, so in my experience, I was living like in United States for 2 years before I start college. So I think sometimes it's really difficult because you try to like think in Spanish and then in English. So I don't really have an answer for that, but I think you can get like confused when you know like two different ways to talk actually. So you can start like mixed everything in your brain, and you will have like a lot of vocabulary in your brain that then you will like just talk how your brain like wanna talk in that moment. But yeah, to be honest, I don't have a really like clear answer about that, about the health. So yeah.
Okay, no worries. Thank you so much for trying to give us our point of view. I really appreciate it. See you next time.